Good evening, students. Let us continue with the remaining part of Gratuity Act. Previously, in the last module lecture, I have explained what is payment of gratuity all about, how things are worked out in calculating gratuity and all. So up till here, till the second slide in this, we have done up till here. We will move further. We were doing the point, right of workman to claim gratuity may be forfeited by the employer under certain cases. Now forfeited means जब्त करना, यानी कि उसकी gratuity रोक ली जाएगी, उसको नहीं दी जाएगी. So there can be certain condition, and basically just to narrate these conditions, forfeiture can take place only under the condition where something bad has happened on behalf of the worker or the employee, in the sense that he has done something which is detrimental or bad for the organization, or the organization is not very much happy about something, in a sense that his contribution is not taken as a contribution, rather it is taken negatively. In that case, under certain conditions, his gratuity can be forfeited, यानी कि उसे बाहर जाना पड़ता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और उसे ग्रेचुटी भी नहीं मिलेगा, वो forfeit हो जाएगी. We will talk about it later. Now, scope of the act, it applies to every factory, mine, oil field, plantation, railway company, every shop establishment within the meaning of this act in which 20 or more persons are employed or any day or preceding 12 months. तो किसी भी तरह के बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आप देख सकते हैं, फैक्ट्री हो सकती है, मैन हो सकती है, शॉप हो सकती है, कोई बिजनेस एस्टेब्लिशमेंट हो सकता है, इट कैन बी एनीथिंग. Minimum 10 people are required for the application of this Gratuity Act 1972. Any other establishment. So it is a general statement, so it includes all kind of establishment where people are engaged in doing some work together. The condition being that 10 or more people should be engaged in doing so, right? And this is the main thing to understand. On any preceding 12 months, यानी कि 12 महीने में एक भी दिन अगर 10 या 10 से ज्यादा लोग काम कर रहे हैं तो ग्रेचुटी एक्ट वहां पे एप्लीकेबल होगा. इन preceding 12 months इसका मतलब यह है. One completed year of service, it means continuous service for 1 year. Continuous service means, now here you have to understand certain things. Section 2C means the service which is continuous and which may be interrupted on account of. Now, continuous service of 5 years is a basic criteria of getting gratuity, especially in private sector. कि minimum 5 साल की uninterrupted completed service होनी चाहिए उसकी, in order to make him entitled after 5 years. मान लीजिए वो जॉब छोड़ के जाना चाहता है and he wants that he should get the gratuity amount whatever is due to him. In that case, there should be a continuous service of 5 years. But here it is further explained that what we have to take as continuous service. In that case, it means the service which is continuous and which may be interrupted on account of. अगर sickness के कारण interruption होता है तो उसको कंटिन्यूस सर्विस ही माना जाएगा. अगर एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, उसे घर पे रहना पड़ता है कुछ समय, उसको भी कंटिन्यूस ही माना जाएगा. या सी वो कहता है कि लीव और अ पार्ट ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयमेंट, किसी वजह से वो लीव लेता है, ले ऑफ होता है. ले ऑफ इज अ टेम्पररी टेकिंग आउट समबडी फ्रॉम द जॉब, यानी कुछ समय के लिए उसको काम से अलग करने को ले ऑफ बोलते हैं. लॉकआउट में खुद एम्प्लॉयर अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ताले लगा देता है. या सीजेशन ऑफ वर्क, किसी भी कारण से काम रुक जाता है, नॉट ड्यू टू एनी फॉल्ट ऑफ द एम्प्लॉय. इन दिस केस इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी कंटिन्यूस सर्विस. कहने का मतलब है कंटिन्यूस सर्विस की डेफिनेशन को फर्दर एक्सप्लेन किया गया है अंडर सेक्शन 2C. बिकॉज ऑफ सिकनेस, बिकॉज ऑफ एक्सीडेंट, बिकॉज ऑफ लीव, बिकॉज ऑफ ले ऑफ, स्ट्राइक या लॉकआउट के कारण, या सीजेशन ऑफ वर्क in which there is no direct relation of the employee's involvement in, there is no direct fault of the employee. In that case, it will be considered as continuous service. I think it is clear to everybody. Now we will move further. Now, payment and forfeiture of gratuity and exception. Now, section 4, payment of gratuity. It says payment of gratuity by an employer to an employee is mandatory. Now, various conditions under which gratuity are paid are as follows. Number 1, gratuity payable on termination of employment. Termination here means not the kind of disciplinary action we need and we terminate somebody. Here termination means coming to an end of the employment. Now gratuity shall be payable to an employee on the termination of his employment after he has rendered continuous service for not less than 5 years. So as I already said, and as it is already understood by you, specifically private sector, maybe private sector or government sector, whichever it is. But obviously in government sector, people don't leave organization too soon. But in private sector, as I have already explained in the previous slide also, here also I'm talking the same, that people change their job more frequently in case of private sector. But here the criteria that is pertaining whether to government sector or private sector. However, it is more applicable in case of private sector, as we know that people frequently change their job. So minimum criteria of 5 years has to be fulfilled, right? So his services should not be less than 5 years. Gratuity shall be paid to an employee on termination of service after he has rendered continuous service for not less than 5 years. Now when it is to be paid, as I already told you, especially in government sector हो चाहे private sector हो, सिनेरियो मैंने क्लियर कर दिया. But naturally जब बंदा रिटायर होता है, मैंने कहा ये रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट है, शुरू में ही मैंने बोला कि पेंशन मिलती है, व्यक्ति को पेंशन स्टार्ट हो जाती है, प्रोविडेंट फंड पीएफ का पैसा मिलता है और ग्रेचुटी मिलती है. दिस इज द अमाउंट दैट अ पर्सन गेट्स आफ्टर ही रिटायर्स फ्रॉम हिज सर्विस, वेदर फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट वेदर फ्रॉम प्राइवेट. बट इट इज मोर सो रेलिवेंट इन केस ऑफ government sector, where the particular person, he works for 30, 35, 40 years, he retires, he gets these benefits. Of course, it applies to, you have to understand, to the private sector also. But if he sticks that long, right, to the retirement age of 58 or 60. Otherwise, 5 years criteria will hold good and it will be applicable universally, whether it is private or government sector. Now, on is superannuation. यानी कि सुपर एनुएशन और रिटायरमेंट में क्या फर्क है, यही मैं पिछली स्लाइड में बताया था. मैं इस चीज को आप लोगों को एक्सप्लेन करना चाहता था. देखिए बच्चों, सुपर एनुएशन व्हाट डज इट मीन? पीपल, कितनी बारी लोग रिटायरमेंट और सुपर एनुएशन को एक सा ही समझते हैं, बट देयर इज टेक्निकली सम डिफरेंस. दिस यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. मान लीजिए द रिटायरमेंट एज फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज 60 ईयर्स. नाउ द पर्सन, बंदा जो है वो पूरे 60 साल की एज क्रॉस करता है, कंप्लीट करता है, एंड ही रिटायर्स. सो दिस विल बी कॉल्ड एज सुपर एनुएशन बिकॉज ही हैज कंप्लीटेड द फुल एज ऑफ 60 years, which is the age of retirement. So it is a kind of retirement, but of course we call it as superannuation. Why I am saying? Because retirement can happen before 60 years also. Let's say there is a VRS, voluntary retirement scheme. The person retires. There is an accident, he gets injured, he has to retire compulsorily. जैसे चोट लग गई, अब वो काम करने लायक नहीं रहा, he has to retire prematurely. That is called as premature retirement. ठीक है? Then there are golden handshakes where the organization itself wants that people should leave the organization. So at the age of 54 or 55, they give all the benefits to the person and ask him to retire. So my idea to understand is that superannuation essentially contains retirement, but retirement does not contain superannuation, may not contain superannuation. Superannuation पे रिटायरमेंट तो हो ही रहा है, 60 साल पूरे किए हैं, सुपरएनुएशन बोल रहे हैं, बट रिटायरमेंट 60 साल की उम्र से पहले भी हो सकता है. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड. आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स इट इज क्लियर. I always take care just to make each and every point clear to you so that you better understand the subject, right? So any queries, questions, please shoot me on my WhatsApp, or you can ask me my phone also, right? Or resignation. Of course, by resignation, your employment will terminate by a resignation, and thereafter, if you have completed the minimum criteria of 5 years, you will be entitled to get your gratuity. So we end over here. As of now, it is this only. We will further continue in the next lecture.